Hello friends, what is up? Welcome back to another stream. Happy Thursday. Hopefully you are all doing well. Right off the bat, I do want to thank Stonemaier Games for sponsoring today's stream. I am working with Stonemaier Games for all of 2025, so for now until the end of 2025, you guys will see one Stonemaier game live stream each month. So very excited for that. Basically, I am doing them along with my monthly solo challenge thing that we have going on here at the Board Game Garden. Basically, I am choosing a random mechanism every single month, and based off of that mechanism, we can focus on games with that mechanism for that month. So for July, we are actually focusing on verb rights. So this is Rolling Realms. Specifically, I am playing Rolling Realms Redux. Very hard name to say fast. But yes, I'm playing this one for the first time. I have played Rolling Realms a ton. I really enjoy Rolling Realms because it almost feels like a bunch of mini games of games that I already love, and I just love the variability of the game. I love the replayability of the game and all of that. So yes, super excited to be streaming this one. Like I said, this is the first time doing Redux, so we have a bunch of different cards here that I've never played with before, and I'm very, very excited for it because a lot of the games that Jamey chose for Redux are like some pretty awesome games. So yes. Also, hello, John. Welcome to the stream. John says, this game has been on my buy list for a while. Original was fun. Haven't seen how they implemented solo mode into this version. So basically, the Redux is actually the exact same for solo. For Rolling Realms, the only difference is the solo mode, which I guess that's what you're talking about, because they have like a baseball solo mode, wherein the original Rolling Realms, it was mini golf, which I haven't actually played that yet. So if you're just playing normal solo mode, it is the exact same as the other Rolling Realms. But if you're playing with the actual solo kind of campaign, I guess that's what it is. Oh, my volume's really low. Please hold. I can bring my mic towards me. Is that better, Stacy? Let me know if that's better. But yeah, really enjoy Rolling Realms. I played a little bit of the mini golf in the original Rolling Realms, but I didn't play too much of that. I think I actually prefer to just play Rolling Realms as a easy beat your own score kind of solo game, because it is just a very almost tranquil and relaxing solo game to me. So yes, very excited to be playing it today. Also, Stacy, hello, welcome to the stream. How are you? Happy Thursday. Hello, Brian, welcome to the stream. Multi-streaming Alex right now. Yes, I noticed that Alex goes live on Thursdays at 1 too, so I was like, shoot, how am I supposed to do streams at different times? Maybe I will not stream on Thursdays, because I feel like that is when Alex does his streams, and I feel bad always doing streams, or not always doing streams, because I don't always do them, but I feel bad doing streams at the same time as other people. So we will see. Maybe I'll start streaming on different days of the week. Let me know what days you guys like to watch streams. I feel like there's not really a specific day that people enjoy streams, but yes. Lord Unborn, welcome to the stream. How are you? Am I too loud now? Please let me know. Also, look at guys, I have the Board Game Garden on my sleeve. That's so fun. Yay, we love to see it. I've been wanting to try this one. Yeah, so Maddie, this one is very fun. The nice thing is that if you are watching this right now live and you have Rolling Realms Redux, you can actually play along with me and use the dice that I roll and play the same realms as I am and kind of compare your score. So if you're watching this right now and you have Rolling Realms Redux, go get it, set it up, play alongside me. Or if you're watching this after the fact, either on my channel or on Jamey's channel, Jamey Stonemaier, then definitely go grab Rolling Realms Redux, pause the video, and play along with me as we go through Rolling Realms Redux. So yes, I would love to know, even like down in the comment section, please write what your like end score is so I know how well you did and how much you beat me. Alex is inconsistent, so see, but like I'm also a little bit inconsistent too. I'm going to try my hardest for the rest of the year to start being more consistent, because like I said in my last stream, I really want to get more into live streaming, whether that is live streaming board games or video games or anything else. I just really want to live stream more because I really enjoy live streaming. Will you cover Vantage? So that's a great question. I considered covering it. I did get an email from Jamey about getting a review copy of it. So I might get a review copy and try it solo. I feel like I've heard some people say that it does play really well solo. So I would love to try it out solo. My thing is, right now with where I am in life, I feel like I am definitely gravitating more towards just smaller puzzly games when I'm playing solo. So Vantage is like quite a sprawling game, and I don't know why, but I keep on like getting really intimidated by these like big story driven campaign games. So I don't know, maybe I just need to like, because I have a lot of games in my collection that are unplayed that are like big soloable campaign games, and I keep on looking at all of them as a whole and just getting really overwhelmed. But maybe I should just look at the collection of soloable campaign games that I have and just pick one and just solely focus on that one, just so that I don't get overwhelmed. I don't know, I just feel like I want to get them all played, but like they're all really big time commitments. So anyways, we are going to get right into playing Rolling Realms Redux. So like I said, if you guys want to play along with me, please do so. I would love to play alongside each other. Basically, we're going to be playing over 3 rounds. Each round, we are going to pick 3 different realms, and we're going to play 9 turns. So I'm going to be rolling these 2 chonky dice 9 times, and we're going to be using those 2 numbers on 2 of the 3 realms that we have in front of us. So you can never use both of the numbers on just one realm. You always have to use the 2 numbers on 2 different realms. You also are going to be gaining resources, which actually, let me switch you guys over to a top down so you can see. You're also going to be gaining resources, pumpkins, hearts, and coins, and those are then going to allow you to possibly be able to use up to 3 numbers, 1 on each of the realms. So yes, super excited. Let's see what realms we are playing with for this first round. I have chosen, I think I have 9 in this pile. I might actually have all of them here actually. Yeah, I have all 12. So there's 12 rounds that come, or 12 realms that come in Rolling Realms Redux. There's also the original Rolling Realms that come with, I think there's 12 in the original Rolling Realms. These are all Stonemaier games. So we have Tapestry, Between Two Cities, Euphoria, Scythe, Wingspan, Between Two Castles, Charterstone, My Little Scythe, Pendulum, Viticulture, and The Society. So those are all of them that come in the original Rolling Realms. And then there's also promo cards. So I have purchased 6 of them myself, and I actually really want to get more of the realms because, like I said, I love this game and I love the variability and all of the little mini games. So I have 6 here that I've purchased promos for. There's also, obviously in the original, it's only games up to the point that they had published when Rolling Realms was published. So as they publish new games, they do come out with Rolling Realms realms for that game. So I believe there's a Vantage one, there's like an Expeditions one, just the games that they published after Rolling Realms. They also have those. But then they also have promos for games from other publishers, which is cool. And then also the realms from Rolling Realms Redux are games from other publishers as well. So here we have Gugong, which I think that's how you pronounce it. We have Honey Buzz. We have Obsession, Parks, Genotype, as well as the Isle of Cats. So those are the 6 promos that I have. We're not going to be playing with any of those. We are just playing with Rolling Realms Redux right now. But I agree. Don't stream on Thursday afternoons. Just stream every day other than that. Problem solved. Okay, Brian, for sure. I'll do that. I used to rely on streamers streaming on set days. Now that everyone seems to be less consistent, it allows me to tune in more. Oopsie. It allows me to tune in more. Alex used to stream on Tuesdays. Oh, okay. So he's switched it up. I, for some reason, always thought that he streamed just on Thursdays. So I felt bad that I was also streaming on Thursdays. But Thursdays just ended up being a good day for me. But I think I should be able to mix it up, you know? Why not just stream whenever I feel like it? I feel like a good selling point that Jamey has stated is that it's not a campaign game, so you have the ability to leave it and not feel such a huge commitment. Okay, that's really good to know. I'm looking forward to playing solo. Okay, thank you so much for letting me know that, Maddie, because when I first saw Vantage, I was very much intimidated by it because I thought it was a big story and just the amount of cards and stuff. It's just very intimidating, but knowing that there's not a commitment for it is really good to know. So, okay, let me get all set here. We're going to flip over the 3 realms. We're going to be playing with Planet Unknown, Poker, and Legacy of You. Ooh, okay. This is fun. So these are the 3 realms. They're all very similar colors, which is kind of interesting. Planet Unknown is a little polyomino puzzle where you are first going to be setting each of the shapes with a number. And then whenever you roll that number, whatever number that you placed on that shape, whenever you roll that number, you're going to then be placing that shape in. You are trying to complete columns to get the different resources, and then you're also trying to complete rows in order to get the stars. Poker here is interesting because you are using one of the numbers to write a number on a card in the flop. If you've ever played poker before, basically you are going to have your pair of cards, which I forget what your pair of cards is called. There's a specific name for it, because I've played a lot of the gang, and that kind of has taught me a little bit about poker. But you have 3 hands of 2 cards, and you have the flop. And basically at the end of, putting out the flop, you are going to be able to try to create your best hand using the 2 that you have in your hand, as well as some of the cards that you have in the flop as well. So on a turn, you can either write a card or write a number on a card in the flop. You will get that resource. You will write a number onto one of the 2 cards. Well, actually, use a rolled number and note both. So you will use a number, but then use both of them to write those on the pair of cards. And then you can use any number to outline a played hand, and then you're going to combine that played hand excuse me, with the cards in the flop in order to get one of these types of hands of cards, which I do think that this poker card is probably one of the more complicated ones of Rolling Realms, in my opinion. But yes, you have that one there. Please hold as I take a sip of coffee, which probably doesn't help my throat. But I also do have water. Hydrate, everyone. Okay. So then the third one here is Legacy of You. Basically, you are writing in numbers. Why is my throat doing this? I don't want it to do this. This is annoying. For some reason, it does this when I do earlier streams. I have morning voice. Okay. Legacy of you. You are basically filling in numbers, and you are trying to have this bottom line here go from lowest number to highest number. So you're trying to have them be in ascending order. And you're doing that by combining two numbers in the top row and the bottom row. And then as you place in numbers, you're also going to be getting the different resources as well. So that is Legacy of You, that is Poker, and that is Planet Unknown. I feel like we have three very different cards here, which is awesome. Basement Games and Beer, hello, welcome to the stream. Happy Thursday, how are you? All right, we're going to get started. If you're playing along, then get ready, because we are rolling the first set of dice. And we have a 3 and a 4. Is this straight? Okay. We have a 3 and a 4, so we're going to be writing those numbers into this first area here. And we're going to be using that 3 and 4 in different spots here. So, oh, I really don't like that they have more than less than in the poker here. If you guys do not know, I'm really bad with knowing the greater than, less than symbol. So I'm assuming this is the alligator eats the bigger number. So greater than 1. I think it has to be greater than. I'm assuming it's greater than. So if we put in the 4, let's say we put the 4 here. It's greater than 3, so I get the resource there. So I'm going to get a coin. I'm going to circle a coin. I'm going to pull up my sleeves because I'm going to start hitting these cards, and it's going to bug me that the cards aren't straight. All right. So I'm going to use the 4 in poker, and then I think I'm going to use the 3 here. And the thing with this one here, which is Planet Unknown, you have to have both of the numbers. So each of these sets cannot be above 7. So they can't be more than 7. So I already have a 1 preset here, so I can always use a 1 to place a 2 shape into this planet. But the only other number that I could place here is at most like the 6, because that will add up to 7. But I can also put the 5. But then the only thing is that the 6 will have to go somewhere else, because you cannot kind of duplicate a number here. So I can't place a 1 somewhere else here because there's already a 1 here. So really the only place that I want to put a 6 is on this spot here. But yes, I think I'm going to place the 3, and I think I'm going to place it here for the L shape. And when you do write in a number, you do get the resource. So I am going to get a pumpkin, and then I also get to write in that shape. So I think I'm going to do an L shape here, because it fits nicely into that little spot there. And then what I can actually do is, because I have a coin here, I am going to actually use this coin as a third number, which whenever you use coins, you are going to cross off the amount of coins that you would like to use. And whenever amount of coins that you cross off, that is going to be the number that you're going to be able to use, like you had a 1 die, basically. So I'm going to put the coin there, and then I'm going to use it as a 1, and I'm going to place the 1 here. I am going to get, yet again, another coin, like so. And that is the turn. So I actually got to use 1 number in all 3, which typically when I do this, I really try, like I thrive to get 1 number in each of them, whether I am using hearts for that or coins. Pumpkins allow you to basically adjust your dice. The hearts allow you to duplicate a number that you rolled. So I could use 2 hearts if I rolled a die, or if the dice are pairs, you can gain another die of that value. And you can use 3 hearts in order to gain a die of the same value of either of the ones that you rolled. So you can gain a 3rd die with that. And then also the coins, like I said, you can use them to make 3rd numbers, which is really nice. All right, so let me zoom you guys out again, and we are going to use the second roll. Ooh, so we have a 1 and a 2. Interesting. A 1 and a 2. I could use a 2 and maybe do something here. Because ultimately, I would love to do the 2 and the 5, the 3 and the 4, and the 1 and the 6, all so that these 3 spots add up to 7 exactly. That way I can use all numbers. I don't know if that's going to happen, but if I use the 2, I could do it. I could gain a coin here. So let me use the 2 here. That's going to allow me to use a T-shape. And let's use the T-shape here. So I'm going to, do they have to be adjacent? It doesn't say that they have to be adjacent, so we are good to go. Usually in Planet Unknown, they have to be adjacent, so that's a little bit weird. Gain the resource, draw the shape. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about being adjacent, so I don't think they have to. So we're going to place that there. I'm also going to gain another coin, and most likely I will probably use those 2 coins for something. But we also have a 1. You know what I might do with the 1? I might use it for poker, and I might use the rolled dice here to make a hand. So I'm using the 1, but I'm still using both numbers. It's just that I'm saying I'm using the 1 for this card because I'm using the 2 for this card. So I'm going to use the 1, and I'm going to make these 2 cards into a 1 and a 2. Use a rolled number and note both dice as rolled and create a hand. So that is what I'll do there, because ultimately I would love to get a 5 card straight, because that will give me 2 stars and a coin. And so here I now just need to add a 3 and a 5 into the flop, and I'll be able to achieve that. So that's really nice. And maybe I'll be able to like make another hand of that too. We will see. But that is that. And then, like I said, I am going to use my 2 coins here, and I'm going to place a 2 here. That's going to get me another coin. And I'm going to be able to place a 3 into this spot, because I'm simply just wanting to go 1 step up each. So we have 2, 3. The next one I'm going to try to make a 4, 5, 6, so on and so forth. The only thing is, at round end, score 1 star for each column where the sum is greater than each of the sums to the left in columns. Where only 1 number is filled, that number is the sum. Empty columns are ignored. Oh, so maybe... No, that's fine. So maybe I shouldn't have placed a 1 and a 2, or that's fine. No, that's fine. That's fine. I really just want to get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, if I could. We'll see. Okay. So that is everything for the second turn. Again, I was able to put something in every single card, which is nice. Okay, we have a 1 and a 5. Okay, so I definitely want to... Let me scratch out this to make sure I know that I got that. I definitely want to do the 5 in poker. So I will put a 5 here. It is greater than 4, so I am going to gain a heart. I do need to remember to write this down. So I have a 1 and a 5. So I use the 5 in poker. And then I could use the 1 in Planet Unknown to write a 2 shape, and I could just put it in between these 2 shapes here. That would get me 2 stars, which would be pretty nice. Or I could place the 1 here. Use a number to fill any box in the river and gain the resources. The 2 is a pre-filled sum. Yeah, maybe I will do that. I'll place the 2 here. No, it's not a 2, Jenna. It's a 1. I'll place the 1 here. That will get me another heart. And then I, yet again, am going to use that coin to put, or use a 1 here to then complete this 2 spot. That will get me 1 star, 2 star. Beep, boop, beep, boop, 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 beep, boop. There we go. We already got 2 stars. Heck yeah. All right. So that is everything for the 3rd round. We're in a roll. Next one. Ooh, we got 2 3s. So I could actually, if I wanted to, spend 2 hearts in order to gain a die of that value. So I could have 3 3s and use them in each of these, which I might actually do that. I am full on going to do that because I definitely need a 3 here. That's going to get me a coin. This will then add up to 4. I need a 3 here, which I will put it here. That will get me a heart. And then I can use a 3 here. Did I get the pumpkin for this? Yes, I do think I did. I need to remember to like cross out these to make sure I remember to get them. Got my coin, got all those. So then I get to write in that shape as well. So I will do I do it like that? Sure. So again, we have completed all 3 cards. Woo! Go me! Okay. Round number 5, we have a 4 and a 1. We're rolling a lot of 1s. Okay. A 4 and a 1, a 4 and a 1. So I kind of want to just here, because it says to play, I can use any number to outline an unplayed hand, combine it with the existing flop to gain any matching benefit. So if I combine it with the flop right now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would get a 5 card straight. I would get a coin and 2 stars, which I think I will do that. So I'm going to use the 1, and I'm going to outline this hand of cards here. With this flop, I get a 5 card straight, so I get 2 stars. And I get a coin. All right. And then, so I've used the 1 already. Maybe I will use the 4 here. That will get me a 2nd pumpkin. And I get to draw in this shape, which is an interesting shape that I could do here. Let's do that. Okay. So I haven't completed any more lines yet, but we're pretty close. And then I could actually use some coins to fill in this one if I would like. Which I might do, to be honest, you know? I might do 1 coin and place that here. And that gets me a pumpkin. Because then if I get a 4 here, that'll be a 5. That'll be nice. Okay. So that's everything for round 5. Moving on to round 6. Ooh. We got a 6 and a 1. Oh, gross. Hate that. Could place a 6 there. That would get me a heart. Let me write this in here. I am just rolling 1s a lot. Holy manoli. Do I just use a 1 and fill in those 2 spots there? That would get me a star. I could just use a 1 with a coin as well, though. I could start another hand of cards, but it'd be a 1 and a 6, and that would not be great. So, and then I also want I only want a 4 here. I could actually write in another number somewhere else if I wanted to, but I'm kind of enjoying doing it from left to right and just completing 2 as I go. Been eyeing this one for a while now. We'll probably pick it up at Gen Con along with too many promo packs. See, Dustin, welcome to the stream, by the way. That is exactly what I did. I think I got a bunch of the promo packs at PAX Unplugged is when I got them. Because I just loved, it's so cool, like seeing them all in front of you. So prepare yourself when you go to Gen Con. It's very cool to have a whole wall of promo packs and you're like, I'll take this one and this one and this one and this one. Pretty much the first time that I went, I just got a bunch of like ones that I loved the game, the actual game. Okay. So, have I decided what I want to do? Not really. I could just add a number into here, but I don't know. I don't know what I want to do, guys. Do I want to add a 6 into here? Because then I'll get a pumpkin. Or I could use my pumpkins to adjust something. Adjusted die, +1, -1. You may use it in a realm you've already used this turn. Ooh. Interesting. I definitely don't want to make a 1 and a 6 pair. I definitely can't do this. Maybe I just do the 6 here. Let's do the 6 here. That's going to get me another heart. And then I get to draw in this L shape, which I'll do here. How many turns do I have left? 3? I should be able to do that. So I got that L there. I need to get 4 more stars here. I would love to finish this entire Planet Unknown map. That would be nice. So I've already used Planet Unknown. Kind of tempted to just leave that. And then we could just write in a 1 here. And get a coin. Because my goal here is kind of just to go all 1s at the top and then just subsequent numbers here. So I need a 4 and then a 5. We'll see. We'll see how that works out. Okay, so that is our 6th round. 7 is, ooh, a 2 and a 4. Glad to hear I'm not alone. Any standout you recommend besides the Redux box? So for the realms here, these are the 6 that I got. I got Gugong, I believe is how you pronounce it. Honeybuzz, Obsession, Parks, Genotype, and Isle of Cats. I wish I could tell you which ones I would recommend, but I haven't actually played any of the promo ones, which I do really want to play those. But the OG ones are really fun as well, like the original Rolling Realms. I just realized those are some chonky dice. I know, right, Brian? They like make quite the noise when I roll my dice as well, which is funny. Okay, so let me make sure I write in here. We have a 2 and a 4. Right away, like I said, I'm going to do the 4 here. That gets me another heart, and this equals 5. Okay. I just want to make sure I'm doing this one right. And then I have a 2, which I could do. If I do the 2 here, I could do the 2 and the 4 as a hand. Let's do that. Sure. We'll do 2 and 4 as my hand here. And then I'm kind of tempted to actually use, I think I'm going to use 1 coin to use a 1. And I'm going to put in just a 2 shape here. That way I can get this 3rd star on Planet Unknown. Okay. Good, good. We're good. Moving on to round number 8. Hi, Board to Play. How are you, Joe? Ooh, okay. So we have a 2 and a 3. 2 and a 3. We got a 2 and a 3. Okay, so what is a 3 here? This would be a little L shape. Don't love that. 4 is that shape. If I do a 2 on Planet Unknown, that would be pretty nice. 2 in Planet Unknown. And then I could actually use a pumpkin to make this 3 into a 2 and use a 2 here. I really need a 5 here. So maybe we try to get a 5 on the last round. But I am going to do 2 here because that will allow me to get, it's this little T shape. That will allow me to get a 4th star on this Planet Unknown. And then, oh, I'm not going to be able to do everything that I want to, I don't think. This 3, I can use a pumpkin. Wait, somewhere here it says that you're not allowed to use. Was there somewhere that it said that you're not allowed to use? Was it in the poker game? Please hold, everyone. Good. Just got home from the Children's Museum. Ooh. How's Rolling Realms? How many realms you got? I got a lot of realms. Let me tell you. We're on the first round of 3, and we're pretty much done. I just have one more roll. But I just want to make sure that I'm doing the poker one correctly. I remember one of the realms, you're like not allowed to use... If someone knows which realm I'm talking about, I swear there's one realm where you're not allowed to use resources to change things. But it could very well not be this one. I don't think it's poker. Because I would really love to change this 3 to a 2 and add it into here. Because then I'd be able to do a full house. Not a full house. Shoot, I wouldn't be able to do a full house. Not if I just needed to get one more, either 2 or 4. I could use 3 pumpkins. It says adjust any die up or down by 1. You may use it in a realm you've already used this turn. But I wouldn't get another pumpkin. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. So I've used my 1, 2 here. I'm going to use a pumpkin to turn this 2 or this 3 into a 2. I'm going to place this 2 here. That's going to get me a 3rd pumpkin. I will then use these 3 pumpkins to then use this 2 again and place it here. Boom! So now we got a full house. I don't get this pumpkin because the 2 is not greater than 5. So I don't get that pumpkin, but I do now have a full house, which is 3 of the same number, so 2, 2, and 2, and then 2 4s. But I can't claim that until the next round because I'm going to have to use a number to claim it. But that will then get me another 2. But I'm only going to do a max of 2 hands for that poker, which is fine. And then here is... Okay, so ultimately, what I would love to get this round is roll a 5 and a 6. Is that going to happen? Probably not, but we can hope. All right. Brrr. Oh, so close. Dang it. Okay. We got so close to getting everything filled here. Oh, that breaks my heart. How can I do this? If you rolled a pair, what is this? Gain a die of the same value as either rolled die. Dang it. So close. Okay, so we're going to use the 5 for sure here. 5. That will give me a 6. So then we can use the 3. Okay, so let me make sure. We got a 5 and a 3. We're going to use the 3 on Planet Unknown. Literally, that is heartbreaking because I am going to be 1 box short. Oh, that is heartbreaking. Look at how heartbreaking that is. I at least get this 5th star here. All right. So how's that? I used my 5, and then I'm going to use my last coin here because this can be any number. We're going to do this, and that is going to get me a full house. So I'm going to get 2 stars. 1, 2. And I get a heart. So that was everything there. Could I do something else? I could use 3 hearts to gain a die of the same value as either rolled. So I could gain... The only thing is that I can't use it in the same, because I've already used all 3 of them, so I can't even do anything else. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. Okay, at round end, score 1 star for each column where the sum is greater than each of the sums to its left. So I have 1 star, because 6 is greater than all of these. They're actually all greater than the ones to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't get anything for the 2, but I do get 4 stars. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm getting worse and worse at outlining those. I haven't played it much, but still want to collect all the realms. Honestly, the more that I play it, the more I'm like, I need to get all of the realms. Okay, so finished round 1. We have 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Plus you get 0.1 for each here. So I have 13.123. 4. So 13.4 for round 1. Pretty good, pretty good. We're going to erase everything here. And we're going to move on to the next round. Round number 2 with 3 new realms. I really liked the Planet Unknown realm, but that's just because I love Planet Unknown. It like almost just makes me want to play Planet Unknown. So maybe after this stream, I'll get out Planet Unknown, play it solo. All right, and then none of your resources gets held over for the next round, so we're going to erase those. And then all of these numbers here get erased. You are going to keep this score for round 1 because you're going to count them all up at the end, and that'll be your final score. So moving into round number 2. How is everyone doing? I don't know if there's anyone in chat that's actually following along and playing, but if you're following along while you're watching this as a video after I've streamed this already, hopefully you're doing well. All right. Next one is Tidal Blades, Meadow, and Wonderland's War. Oh boy. Lots of battling this round. Oh. This one's scary. Oh no. So in Tidal Blades, we are basically battling these different monsters. And you're going to be using specific numbers in order to hit them, I guess. And whenever you hit them with specific numbers, you're going to be getting either resources, so any of the 3 resources, or you're going to be getting trophies, which, trophies will put you up on the champion track. And then whenever you hit a star on the champion track, that is when you will gain those stars. So there are easier monsters at the top that once you kill them, so Xing out all 3 of the dice that they have, you will get 2 trophies. This one here gives you 3 trophies. This one here gives you 4 trophies if you are able to defeat them. So that's Tidal Blades. Meadow is really fun because you are writing a number 1 through 4 on any of these little fences here, and then from that spot you are counting how many you wrote there. So if I wrote a 2, I would go 1, 2, and then I would get the flower icon that then I would be able to cross out if there is a flower icon. So right now I'm starting these little tracks here with a berry and a mushroom. So I'm trying to get a berry or a mushroom here so that I can cross out that. And you're kind of going from bottom to top for those tracks. And then here, this is for 5s and 6s. If you want to use them on Meadow, you are going to go through this track here. And basically, you're just getting stars for the cards that you've scratched out, as well as resources. And then Wonderland's War is interesting because you are doing battles at the end of certain rounds. So the first battle here is going to be at the end of round 4, end of round 5, end of round 7, 8, and 9. So you are writing in numbers here, and then basically at the end of round 4, whatever dice I rolled for round 4, those are going to be the dice that I am battling against. And then if my 2 numbers here are higher than the 2 numbers that I rolled for round 4, I'm going to win that battle. And then you're going to get a star based off of if you won that battle or not. Each of these give you 1 star, and then the turn 5 one gives you 2 stars. So that's pretty nice. And then each of them give you some sort of resource as well. So yes, let's do some battling this round, shall we? We are going to roll our first two. Oh, we got 2 2s. All right, that kind of sucks, not gonna lie. I guess what I can do here is I'm not going to do Wonderland's War because we are really trying to get some high numbers on Wonderland's War. So I'm going to skip Wonderland's War. We're going to go over here to Meadow and use a 2. I'm trying to either get a mushroom or a berry. Is there any way for me to get a mushroom or a berry with a 2? There is. Let's do a 2 here. So then we're going to count from here. 1, 2. This is a berry. I'm going to cross that out. And then this needs a berry. So I'm going to cross that out. And that is going to get me 1 coin. Which actually I might even try, because like I might actually roll really crappy in round 4. Who knows? Living an eclectic life. Hello. Welcome to the stream. How are you? How's it going? So I could very well, let's just do it. I'm going to put a 2 here in this. I'm going to scratch out this pumpkin because I gain a pumpkin. And then I'm going to use this coin because again, I'm always trying to be able to write a number in all 3 of the realms each round. So this allows me to then put 1, 2, and then I can use a 1 to attack this most difficult monster here and get a heart. So I got 1 of each resource that round, and I was able to use my coin in order to write in all 3. All right, moving on to round 2. Good gracious, those are large dice. I know, right? They be chunky. And the cool thing is, these are the 2 that come with the original Rolling Realms, which I personally prefer them because they're green, but there are purple and blue ones that come with the Redux, which maybe I'll show you guys those in a second. All right, second round. Ooh, okay. We got a 1 and a 6. Okay. I don't think there's any here. I could get a mushroom. I could put a 1 there and get a mushroom there. So that would get me a star here. And then I would love to use a 6 here. But I'd love to put the 6 actually here. Or I could use a pumpkin to make this a 2. Okay, ultimately, I am going to use the 1 here. That's going to allow me to cross this out, which is a mushroom. Which this will then get me a star. All right. And then I can use the 6 here. If I use the 6 here, that will get me a coin. And then yet again, I can use that coin to hurt this guy here and get me another heart. Always thrive for 3 numbers each round. All right. Bram, bram, bram. All right. So we got a 2 and a 3. Really crappy numbers. We love to see it. The one round where I need high numbers, I get low numbers. It's great. It's fine. Everything's fine. Alex's stream just ended now. I can just focus on Jenna, Brothers Murph, and Chip Theory games at the same time. Wow. There were 4 streams going at the same time. That's wild. Okay, so we have a 2 and a 3. 1, 2, 3 could get a flower there. Or I could put 3 here and go 1, 2, 3. That's pretty good, actually. But I would love to actually would love to use the 3. I'm not going to use anything for Wonderland's War. I think this might be a round where I'm not able to do 3 things, which is fine. But I think I am going to use the 3 here because the big monster needs a 3. We're going to gain another pumpkin. And then I'm going to use the 2 on Meadow. And we are going to place the 2 here. 1, 2. That will give me this flower, which will allow me to go up on this track. And that will give me a second star in Meadow. Yahoo! Okay, round number 4. So I need to get another number into here, and I swear if I don't roll a high number... Oh, shoot. This is not good. You know why it's not good? Because whatever I roll this round is what I'm going against. Oh, no. I think I might lose. Jenna, have you played Moon Colony Bloodbath? I have not played that, and I don't know if I would want to. I've heard really good things about it, but I've just heard that it's, like, chaotic. Oh no, I think I'm gonna lose. No, unless, no, because this is 7. Wait, I could make this, because you have to be equal or higher. To win a battle, the sum of the numbers written, empties are 0, must be greater to the sum of the rolled numbers that turn. They have to be greater? They can't be equal to? Oh no, Wonderland's War, what have you done to me? Shoot, forgot about this. I was working on a class, but was going to play along. Oh, no, Ian. It's all good. Love Rolling Realms. I've done individual tutorials for every realm. That's awesome. Doodle-doo. Right before rolling the dice for the next turn, fill the sum of the 2 rolled dice. Greater than or equal to. Okay, thank goodness. Okay, so I'm going to use 1 pumpkin to make this 4 into a 5, and I'm going to write the 5 in here. That is going to get me a 3rd heart. So then now the sum here is 7. So we are going to write 7 in there. But I am also 7, so I am going to win because you have to be greater or equal to. So I also need to remember, I need to write in the numbers here. So that's good. Now I need to write a 3 somewhere. Ooh, you know what I could do? I'm going to use my pumpkin to make this 3 into a 4. And I'm going to hit this monster for a 3rd time. That's going to get me a coin. And then I'm going to immediately use this coin on Meadow as a 1. And I need a bug. Am I able to use... No, I'm not. Shoot. A bug... Dang, so maybe I won't. Just kidding, we're not using a coin. We are going to gain the coin, though. Because that way, maybe next round I can use it. But both of these tracks need a bug. And unfortunately, I cannot get a bug with a 1. Oh, I was so close. Okay. So that's everything for round 4. We are... going to win, so I am going to get 1 star here with this battle. But I will say at the end of the next round, round number 5, we are going to battle again for this second area. Oh, no. Okay, that's fine. So we have double 5s, which is actually very nice. Because what I can do is, if you rolled a pair of dice, you can gain a die of that value. So I'm going to use 2 of my hearts to use, so I'm going to have 3 5s to use. I'm going to use 1 5 here, obviously. And that's going to get me a pumpkin. I'm going to use a 5 here to get me a heart and a coin. And I'm going to use a 5 here in order to defeat this monster. So I'm going to get 1 trophy, and then I've killed it, so I'm going to get another 4 trophies. So I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trophies on the champion track. So that is going to get me 2 stars. Woo! Yeah, baby! Okay. Too many live streams at the same time. I'm getting it and I'm making you play it. You will like it, trust me. Oh boy. Oh boy, Joe. I don't take you as a very like chaotic game kind of guy, but hey, I guess you are. I'll play later and let you know how I did. Yes, please let me know. Ian, if you're watching this after when it's a video, put it in the comment section. Let me know how you did. Ooh, okay. So I have a 1 and a 2, which actually, before we do that, end of round 5, they rolled a 10, and I have an 11, so I do get 2 stars, baby! Woo! Okay, now, round 6, we have a 1 and a 2. There's no battle at the end of this round, but there is a battle 7, 8, and 9. So, this is not good. Should I should probably put a 2 in somewhere. But also, I really need a 2. I have 1 pumpkin. Yeah, I'm going to use this pumpkin to make this 1 into a 2. So I'm going to have 2 2s, and I'm going to use these 2 coins. So I'm going to have 3 2s. So I am going to place this 2 here, get myself a heart. I'm going to use the 2, and I'm going to place it here to get this bug. And I'm going to go up this track here. That's going to get me a pumpkin. And then, like I said, I am going to use both of these coins to use a 2 here. And that's going to get me another pumpkin. All right. Always thrive for 3 numbers. It's the fun kind of chaos. Okay. Sounds good. Okay. Round. Ooh, okay. That's pretty nice. So I can just, because round number 7, we are literally just competing against a 4. So I can just place a 2 here. Has to be equal to or greater than. So we are going to beat that battle. I'm going to get another pumpkin. And then I have another 2. And I think I'm going to use it here. I'm going to place here 1, 2. I'm going to cross out this bird, which this one here is a bird. So I get another 2 stars. Oh, this game is so fun. This is like one of the games that I often like lose myself in, if that makes sense. Like I get so into like the game. So good. Okay, so that is everything. I can't do a 3rd number because I don't have any coins. I actually could use 3 hearts if I wanted to. Gain a die of the same value. Or because we rolled 2 2s, I could use 2 hearts if you roll a pair. I actually might do that. Do I have enough time to defeat 2 more monsters? I'm going to try. So we're going to use 2 hearts. Because I rolled a pair, I can then use a third 2. I will get another heart. Cool. Okay, moving on. Round 7, I did win. I'm probably going to have to lose one of these battles and just kind of like skip out on it. Especially if I want to defeat these 2 monsters here. Okay. Ooh, we got a 5 and a 3. I do have 3 pumpkins, so round number 8 is a 5 and a 3. Okay. Oh, that's going to be so hard. But we'll see. Okay, so I'm going to use the 3 to cross off this next one here. That is going to get me a coin. Yeah, maybe I just don't. I think I might actually just skip out on doing this. Because I was going to try to put all of my eggs in one basket and just go full force into Wonderland's War. But I could use the 3 here, and then I could use the 5 here on Meadow, because this next one gives me a star and another pumpkin, and that will help me with this last round. And then they have 8 here. I have 0, so we are going to lose that battle, which is okay. I'm okay with that. Okay, then I'm just going to keep that coin there. Keep all the things there. Can't use 2 hearts because I didn't roll a double. Okay, so this round. You know what I just realized? Dang it. I'm actually not going to be able to do this. You know what I'm actually going to do? Because I have 3 pumpkins, I am going to use 3 pumpkins. 1, 2, 3. And you are allowed to adjust a die up or down 1. And then you can use it in a realm that you've already used it in. So what I'm going to do, we rolled a 5 and a 3. Where's the 3? A 5 and a 3. I'm going to adjust either one of them, either the 5 or the 3, to a 4. And that's going to allow me to cross off this 4 here. And that's going to get me 1 trophy plus 2 trophies. So 1, 2, 3. That'll get me 1 more star. And then if I just get a 5 this next round, that'll get me 4, and I'll get 3 stars. Crazy! So Jenna, if Stonemaier is sponsoring some streams, are we going to see another expeditions this time with the expansion? We actually could possibly. The thing is that basically with working with Stonemaier, Jamey is actually taking the videos of these playthroughs, so my live streams, and actually putting them up onto his channel, so that he has more content and other creators over on his YouTube channel, which is really awesome. And I've already done a live stream that he's put up on his channel for expeditions. So I don't know if he wants the Board Game Garden playing expeditions twice on his channel, but maybe. Okay, so that was that round. That was pretty crazy. I actually do think that there's a possibility that I just might not be able to do this, but we will see. Because I did use all of my pumpkins. That's unfortunate. Nice. Okay. So I have successfully rolled a 5. We're going to go boom, boom. That's going to get me 2 trophies plus 2 trophies for killing this monster. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I would go 1 more, but that actually gets me all 6 of the stars here on Tidal Blades. That's so exciting. And is Jamey going to get some metal coins? Ooh. Get you some metal coins. I never expect, but wouldn't say no to some metal coins. Okay. So I also rolled a 2. It's not really much that I can do with that 2. Dang it. Because what I can do, because I can't write it into the same place as another one. So I could use the 2 to get a bug. That would just get me a heart. It's not really that great, not gonna lie. So I'll put a 2 here. That'll let me cross off this bug, and that will just get me another heart. And then I was thinking, because I now have 3 hearts, I can gain a die of the same value rolled, so I could get a 5 and add it into Wonderland's War. But then that's just going to get me a coin, and I'm not going to be able to win, because this round 9 I had a 5 and a 2. So I have to have a 7 here, which I do not have a 7. So I think I'm best off to just leave it there. Keep my stuff that I have there. I used the 5 here. I used the 2 here. That's that. Brian, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. Good morning, Jenna, BGG. Kerf, hello. Welcome to the stream. Metal coins, money. I got Stacy too. Nice. Thank you so much, Brian. I appreciate that. You're really trying to get me to really deluxeify my version of Expeditions. Do you really enjoy Expeditions, Brian? Is it one of your favorite games? Okay, let me count up what I have here. We have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got 15.5 in round 2. I'm not complaining. That's a pretty good score. Okay, we're going to say goodbye. I actually really enjoyed Tidal Blades. I wasn't expecting to enjoy it as much, but I actually really liked that one. And then I also really enjoyed Meadow. And I also really enjoyed Wonderland's War. Redux really has a lot of great realms. I'm not going to lie. All of them I've enjoyed very much so far. Gotta bling everything. Okay. Not so much about the game, just the bling. Okay. Expeditions is good, but I've only played solo. Oh, wow, really? I actually really enjoy Expeditions multiplayer as well, but it is really good solo, too. Okay, moving on to round 3. Who is ready? We got 3 more. We have rock, paper, scissors. Heck yeah. We have dog park. Heck yeah. And we have Spaceship. Ooh, fun. Okay. The ones that we are unfortunately not playing with. Oh, that makes me sad. Two of these are like ones that I really wanted to play with, which is the Guild of Merchant Explorers. Specifically, I really love Guild of Merchant Explorers. And then we have Flamecraft, which is one you get to like enchant and then like gather at the shops. A Tiwa sounds really cool too, where you're outlining a square and then circling bats and then crossing out the bats. I've never actually played a Tiwa, like the actual game. Do I want to swap out something for the Guild of Merchant Explorers? I really am excited to play Dog Park, and I'm also excited to play Spaceship. So maybe let's swap out Rock, Paper, Scissors with the Guild of Merchant Explorers. So these are our final three, because I really wanted to play with the Guild of Merchant Explorers, because I love that game. Okay, so we have Spaceship, Dog Park, and the Guild of Merchant Explorers for round 3. Expeditions is good. One of my wife's favorite, probably since she usually wins. Nice. All right. First roll. Actually, let me quickly explain these to you guys. Guild of Merchant Explorers is pretty easy. You're starting at the castle here, and you are crossing off different terrain and trying to make your way to the different hexagons that have resources as well as stars. So if you roll a 1 or a 2, or use a 1 or a 2 here, you get to cross off one of the 3 main terrain types. So you have the orange, the yellow, or the green. If you use a 3 or a 4, you get to cross off 2 of any terrain or 2 water, because there is like a river in the middle. And then if you use a 5 or a 6, you get to do water and then 2 of any, or you get to do 1 of each of the terrain types. So 1 orange, 1 yellow, and 1 green for that. Dog Park, you are going to be walking one of the 4 dogs, however many steps you use in die, or in a dice. In a die. I never know if it's dice or die for multiple. But if I use a 2, I will pick one of these 4 dogs, and then I will go 1, 2, and then circle whatever is there. You are typically trying to get onto the green spots, because those are the bones, and trying to skip the baseballs or the tennis balls, because once a dog gets home, which is far right, you're going to count how many of the tennis balls you had to circle, and then based off of how many of those you circled, that's how many stars you're going to get. So if you circled 3 or more, you're not going to get a star. If you circled 2 tennis balls, you're going to get 1 star. And if you've circled 0 or 1 tennis ball on their walk, you're going to get 2 stars. So the least amount of tennis balls you're trying to get. And then here we also have Spaceship, which you're going to write a number into the top box, and then you're going to count those 3 numbers. Whatever range it is in, that is what you're going to gain. And then the 2 top numbers are going to get moved to the next 3, and those are going to be the 2 numbers at the bottom. And then again, you're going to write a number at the top. You're going to add up the 3, and that's going to be what you're going to gain, which I think this one sounds really cool. Very simple, but very cool. Swap it. I didn't see nothing. Deserves more love. What deserves more love, Joe? Expeditions? Because it's fantastic. Okay, so, or the Guild of Merchant Explorers. I think you're talking about Guild of Merchant Explorers, because I also agree it needs more love. All right, round 1. Let's do it. We got a 1 and a 3. Boom, boom, round 3. So a 1 and a 3. Ultimately, with Spaceship, you are trying to get between an 11 and a 3. Because if you can get the sum between 11 and 3, or sorry, 11 and 13, you'll get a star. So in order for me to get an 11 to 13 here, I'm going to have to put a 6 here. But then, if you put a 6 here, the 6 and the 1 are going to move down. Oh, that's cool. because then you can get like more than 13, but then you start getting just resources again. So you're really trying to keep it in that middle spot. That's kind of cool. Okay, so I'm going to skip spaceship for now. I'm going to use the 1 on dog park, and I'm going to move the dog here to this one spot. That is a bone. And then I'm going to use the 3 here on Guild of Merchant Explorers, and I'm going to cross out 2 water spaces. So let's go 1 and 2, get across that river. And sadly, I did not get any. Oh, I did. Wait. Where you stop, outline the ball or bone where you stop and gain a resource, if any. So actually, I did get a coin because it's in this line here, and I stopped on the first spot there. So I get a coin there. And then if I put a 1 here with my coin, that'll be 4, 5, 6. I will get another coin. I think I might actually do that. I'm going to use a coin. I'm going to put 1 here. Oh, the only thing is now these will both come here, and I'll get... That's fine. So I'll get another coin. I ain't complaining. Okay. Number 2, a Tiwa, but merchants always deserves love. Okay. Good to know about a Tiwa. I really do want to play it. Ooh, okay. So we have a 4 and a 4. 2 4s. Sadly, I do not have any hearts. Because I rolled a double, so I could use 2 hearts, but I don't have any hearts. I don't have any hearts. Oh, but I could get 2 hearts. Yep, I can. Okay, so I'm going to use a 4 here on Guild of Merchant Explorers. That is going to allow me to cross off 2 of any or 2 waters. I'm going to do 2 of any. We're going to cross off this one here that has a heart and this one here that has a heart. That will gain me 2 hearts. Woohoo. And then I'm going to use my other 4 here on Dog Park. And we are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. This dog is going to stop on this bone. Unfortunately, that does not get me any resources, but that's fine. And then I'm going to use 2 hearts. Because we rolled a double, I can get another 4. And then I'm going to place the 4 here. That's going to equal 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to get another coin. We love to see it. And then this 4 and this 1 are going to get moved down to the next spot there. Cool. Very cool. All right. Moving on. Okay, we got a 2 and a 3. Don't love that. Actually, a 2's pretty nice here. And then I'm not going to say no to a 3 there. Okay, so a 2 on Dog Park. I'm going to move this green dog to this next spot here. That is going to get me a pumpkin. And then the 3 here. I'm really trying to get this total up to be 11 to 13. So I would have really loved to roll a 6. So if I do a 6 here, then the 6 and the 4 are going to move on to the next one. And that's going to be a little bit easier there too. And that'll give me a star. So ultimately, I would love to get a 6 here. Okay? Okay. But we're not going to do that. We're going to do Guild of Merchant Explorers. Because I used my 2 already for Dog Park. And then I'm going to use this 3 here on Guild of Merchant Explorers. And that is going to allow me to do 2 of any. And hey, I might as well go 1, 2... grab this first star on the Guild of Merchant Explorers. And I'm not going to do a 3rd one. Round number 4. 5 and 1. Okay. That's good because I'm going to use this 5 and this pumpkin make that into a 6. That 6 is going to go there. This is a total of 10, 11. So I do get my first star on spaceship, and then the 6 is going to move down to here. The 4 is going to move down to here. So then ultimately, I would love to get a 1 here. A 1, a 2, or a 3, to be honest, actually. Okay, so then we have a 1. The 1 I could use here. And I'm actually going to, the 1 allows me to just cross off a green, a yellow, or an orange. So I'm actually going to cross off a green because that's going to get me a 3rd coin. And I think I might use, do I want to use 2 coins or do I want to use 3 coins? I think I'm going to use 3 coins. Because then that's going to allow me to bring this blue dog to this bone spot here. And that's going to get me a heart. Okay. Good, good, good. That is round number 4. I was able to do 1 on each of them. Round number. Oh, you know what I just realized? No, I think that's fine. Basically, there's certain hexagons that are overlapping, and then there's some that are not. So the ones that are not overlapping have to be adjacent, whereas the one overlapping, they don't have to be adjacent. Okay, that's fine. There's a possibility that I might have done something wrong there, but it's okay. Oh my goodness, another 1 and a 5. But hey, I'm not complaining. We can put a 1 here. And that again is going to be 10, 11. And then the 1's going to move to here. The 6 is going to move here. Okay, we got a 2nd star here. So now with spaceship, we got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're trying to get a 4, a 5, or a 6 here. Okay. But we used the 5. No, we didn't use the 5. We used the 1. Here. 1, 2, and 3. I think I might use the 5 at Guild of Merchant Explorers. We'll do a green, a purple, which is a wild. That'll get me another star. So green, wild, and then I'll do yellow to get closer to that star there. Okay. Is that everything for me? Yes, because I don't have any coins. Okay, round 6. Ooh, we got a 6 and a 3. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gets me to there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gets me a heart. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gets me there. I've started to walk all of the dogs, but I haven't completed any of them, which is making me a little nervous. Okay, I'm going to start walking this dog here. It'll get me to this spot, which will get me a pumpkin. And that will actually get me to be able to maybe use this 3. I think I am going to do that. I'm going to cross out a pumpkin to turn this 3 into a 4. Add this 4 here. That will then get me another star. This 4 is going to move here. The 1's going to move here. So now we're looking for another 6 here. Okay. And that is everything. Round number... Oh, shoot. What did I have here? A 3 and a 6. Round number 7. Another 3 and a 6, baby. Okay. So yet again, I could use the 6 here. I'd really love to get some of these dogs home, though. I would really love to get these dogs home, you know? They're all on their walks, but they're not home. Is there any way that I can get a pumpkin somewhere? Because then I could use this 6. Could do that on Guild of Merchant Explorers. That would get me a pumpkin, because then I could change this into a 4, because both of these dogs need a 4 to get home. So maybe I'll do that. So I'm going to use my 6 on Guild of Merchant Explorers. I can do 3 different terrain. So I'm going to go 1 here to get me a 3rd star. I'm going to do this one for yellow and orange. That'll get me a heart and a pumpkin. And then immediately I'm going to use the pumpkin to make this 3 into a 4. And I will get this dog home. And I didn't cross off or go to any tennis balls, so I am actually going to get 2 stars for that doggo. Yay! Okay. That's round number 7. Round number 8. Please roll doubles. Oh, so close. Okay. All right. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so I am going to use the 6 here. That again gets me to 11, so I'm going to get to 1 a star. And then the 6 and the 4 will move over. And then, do I want to use a 5 to get another dog to come home? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think I'm going to use the 5. Use the number to move up to that amount of steps. So I could use the 5 and just move 4 to get this dog to come home. And that will get me, because I didn't cross any tennis balls. So again, it'll get me 2 more stars on Dog Park. Woo! Okay. If I rolled 2 5s or 2 6s, that would have been great. Because then I could have used one of them on Guild of Merchant Explorers. That was round number 8. We literally have 1 round. No, this is not good. I need a few more. I would really love a few more stars here on Guild of Merchant Explorers. Maybe 1 more star here. Yes! We got 2 4s, so that means that I can use my 2 hearts if I would like to do another 4. The only crappy thing is 6 and 4, 10. That would get me to 14. Dang it! No! So actually, 2 4s was the worst possible thing for me to roll. That really sucks. Because I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything here that's really going to help me. I guess I can use a 4 on Guild of Merchant Explorers and do 2 of any terrain, but they have to be adjacent to each other. So I can go 1, 2. That'll get me 1 more star here. Okay, and then this I need it to be a 3, which I could get a pumpkin here and then use a 3 here to get 1 more star. Okay, I'm fine with that. So I'm going to use a 4 here, but I'm only going to move 1, 2, 3 to this spot. That's going to get me a pumpkin. And then I'm going to immediately use that pumpkin to make a 4 into a 3. Put the 3 here. The 3 and the 6 will move here. But that is 13, which will get me another star. Woohoo! Okay. So in this third final round, which wait, I do have to cross off both these hearts because I did use the 3 4s because of the doubles. Okay. So we have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's exactly 13 because I have no leftover resources. So my final star total, which I don't know if this is any good or not, but my final star total is 13 plus 15.5 plus 13.4 is 41.9. 0.1 away from 42. But it's okay. That's okay. If I got one more star, would have got to almost 43. Oh, that was so much fun. I will admit it's been a little bit since I have played Rolling Realms, but I have forgotten how fun it is. And now I'm like, do I need to go onto the Stonemaier Games website and buy more of the realms? Because these ones were very fun. If you have Rolling Realms and you have thought about whether you want to get the Redux version or not, I 100% recommend. The nice thing I will let you guys know is that everything from the original Rolling Realms fits into the Rolling Realms Redux box, and it like gives you room if you are getting some of those realms. So you have all of these different dividers here for all of the different player colors. Obviously I have green out, so green would go here. But there's the different player colors. You also have all of the solo cards. You have this box here that actually allows you to travel with Rolling Realms. So you can actually fit in enough here in order to play with up to 4 players, which is really exciting. So you could just take this traveling and have enough Rolling Realms to play 4-player game of Rolling Realms in that little box. And then obviously there's still a ton of space here for more of the Rolling Realms promos. Like I said, you do get 2 other dice, which are the purple. So these are the original. These are the Rolling Realms Redux. Super cool. And you have all of the markers here, which I will say, I think the Rolling Realms markers are some of my favorite dry erase markers. If I have another game that needs a dry erase marker, I typically go into Rolling Realms and I grab it. So yeah, definitely recommend if you love Rolling Realms, don't hold back. I would say Rolling Realms Redux is a really good addition, and it gives you more space. And then all of the realms that I played today, so fun. Like there was none of them that I was confused on rules. There was none of them that felt too easy or felt too hard. And then like I said, I didn't get a chance to play Atiwa, Flamecraft, or Rock, Paper, Scissors, but these 3 sound super fun as well. I was really looking forward to playing Flamecraft, but I will be able to play it in another game in the future. But yes, we're going to move you guys over to this. Please, like I said, if you did play along with me for this game of Rolling Realms, let me know your score down in the comments section. I got a score of 41.9, so were you able to beat me? Let me know. Woo! Heck yeah! Nicely done, Jenna. Thank you so much, Brian. I appreciate it. Nice, I want this one. Yeah, definitely recommend, Maddie, if you want it, you should definitely get it. It's a lot of fun. And like, it's not even that pricey. I feel like I got the base game of Rolling Realms for like $20 maybe, which is like a fantastic price. And then I'm not 100% sure how much Rolling Realms Redux retails for, but it's probably around the same, maybe a little bit more. But yes, fantastic. Such a good game. Yeah, I should get this. You should, Joe, for sure. I think you would enjoy it. It's great multiplayer. It's great solo. I personally prefer it solo. But Yes. I'll get it when the Wormspan expansion comes out. Oh, I'm so excited for the Wormspan expansion. You have no idea. The like Dragon Academy expansion. So fun. I beat you. You did? What did you get, Stacy? Did you like absolutely pummel me? Because if you did, it's fine. I'll accept it. Just from you. Let me know your score. I want to know. No, not really. What was the no, not really for? Oh, you didn't actually play. Oh yeah, you said this is like not one of your favorite roll and writes, didn't you? Crushed. No, you're lying. You're absolute liar. Okay. Anyways, friends, thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. If you're watching this over on Jamey's channel, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you, Jamey, for sponsoring today's stream and allowing me to work with you. Jamey's wonderful, and I am very, very thankful to be working with him this year. So, yes, appreciate you guys. Hopefully you have a good rest of your day. I should give it another try. Ronnie has it, so I can try it again. I would say give it another try, Stacy. I think you mentioned in the chat that you just didn't like that there was like lack of theme, which I totally get. Like it's literally an entire board game in like a little tiny card, which is understandable, but I feel like it's a great way to like get the essence of each of the games and like kind of having like little mini games of games that you really enjoy. I really like that. So yeah, maybe try it again, but if you don't like it, that's okay. Have a great day, Jenna and everyone. Have a great day, Brian. Appreciate you hanging out. You are lovely, Jenna. Have a great day. Thank you, Stacy. I appreciate you. Hopefully you guys have a good rest of your Thursday. Hopefully you have a good weekend. I will have a video up sometime soon. I'm going to be editing it very soon. But yeah, appreciate you guys. And hopefully I will see you next time. Bye, friends.